It was a joke title that I was using for a joke for a brief period of time. And now let's see if I can go live over this way. I don't think it's going to affect it terribly, but I'm fairly certain just that singular word might have been causing some issues. You never know what's going to be causing issues. You never know what's going to be causing issues until you look into it. You look into what you're doing. You have like a little spread of everything that's happening in your life and everything that you're doing, everything that's part of your routine. And you're like, you know what? That little 5% I'm not a big fan of. I don't think I like that piece of it. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to keep everything else, but I'm going to remove that little piece of it. And just see what happens. If everything falls apart, at that point, if everything falls apart, cringeworthy. No, I'm going to be streaming here. Some of you might have seen that I've like semi-retired from Instagram. You'll still see videos here from time to time. I'm going to be focusing on other platforms. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can go to my mailing list, mikesplan.com. I'm going to be having some group coaching coming here soon, but I'm going to be focusing my efforts onto other platforms because this platform's not working out for me all that well anymore. It was working for a very good amount of time. It was fantastic for a long time, and now it's not so fantastic. So does that mean I give up? No, absolutely not. I've done a lot of work, and I've done a lot of good things, and I know that I can be successful, but this method is not working anymore on TikTok or Instagram, wherever I am. I have no idea. But I am over on Twitch. That's where my cool friends are, Carver and Sam and Lamba. What's going on? Ugoid's over here. Twitch stream needs a new name. What is the name of the Twitch stream? I don't know what the name of the Twitch stream is, nor do I know how to change it, but it would be great if I could change it. Is it healthy to lose 2 kilograms per month? Yeah, that works. The math works out pretty fine. Now, you might not always. Miss Melkade, hi. Mike, I'm working out consistently with a calorie deficit, lost 14 kilograms, increased strength, but plateauing since a month. Lots of stress at work, trauma, work, high cortisol levels. What can I do? So first off, maybe weight loss isn't the focus right now. Maybe keeping yourself in a strict calorie deficit and, grinding away isn't the thing that you want to be thinking about top of mind right now. What could you do to make it a little bit easier to operate day to day? I'm not saying to just dump all your habits. Obviously, that's going to make you feel worse if you dump the habits that make you feel good. What is it right now that's maybe a little bit difficult for you right now? What could we mitigate that's giving you some trouble? My sister is not here right now. It's Mike Needs a Plan. He wants you to change that. So what the title? Oh, it's still the GTA thing? I'm committing crimes. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to change that. I have no idea. It'll be great. Found Meadows, hi. Glad to see you. In case you guys are joining me here for the first time, wherever you might be joining me, I lost 110 pounds, but I'm most proud of keeping the weight off. And together we're going to do the same thing. Steph says, sounds like you're on the right track, though. Just focus on what you can do, make it easy for yourself. That was a much better way of saying it than the way that I said it. I was speaking in riddles there. Lillian's here. Weekend overeating is holding me way back. Okay, let's talk about what's happening on the weekends that's leading you to overeat. One of the major things for a lot of you right now that is leading to weekend overeating is that you've got a schedule during the week, for better or for worse. You are able to keep yourself on track, so to speak, because you've got a schedule. I'm going to assume that you're not working on the weekends, which was true for me for a while. I wasn't working on the weekends, and therefore, like those healthy habits that kind of lived at work or were structured by my work schedule, fell apart. You said, weekends, I'm just being lazy. Okay, I too am lazy. I am, in fact, not motivated at all. I'm not a driven person. I'm not someone who's like, go ahead, let's go get it. So I make it easy for myself. I make it so easy that I can't not do it. If your plans are falling apart on the weekend, if your habits are falling apart on the weekends, why is it that they're working during the week, and why is it that they're not pleasant enough to carry on through the weekend? What's the reason that we have to go back? I'm struggling at night. My blood sugar has been dropping, and then I'm tired during the day because my sleep at night is interrupted. Well, that's something that you're going to probably have to speak with a doctor about. I wouldn't try to work on that at home alone specifically. That is so true. I have a strict work schedule which keeps me on track. Then weekends come around and I just chill out. Okay, so what is it that's working during the week that you enjoy about the week that you could bring onto the weekend that would also still feel good? It doesn't have to be every good habit. Just find the ones that work for now and bring them along. GTA crimes plus a plan to be kind to myself. I thought I changed that. I guess I didn't. But yeah, you know what? We're committing crimes against all of the people. This is for my cool kids down here in the Twitch box. I would love for you to join us. We are committing crimes. We're committing crimes against everyone who has lied to us to keep us sick and confused. We are committing crimes against everyone who has profited from keeping me obese and keeping you obese. There are a lot of liars on TikTok. There's a lot of misinformation on Instagram. There's a lot of awful people with some really awful intentions. And the Instagram algorithm is currently very focused on fear. It is pushing fear into your reels. It's pushing fear into your feeds. I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, if you are trying to lose weight or trying to get healthier or trying to be better in some capacity, you're probably getting a lot of content that is very harmful. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm correct. But lately there's been a huge uptick from what I'm hearing from everybody. There's been a huge uptick in anger and fear and misinformation and, hey, try the carnivore thing. Here, eat a stick of butter and buy my program along with it. Hello from work. Don't tell my boss. Well, you're going to be your own boss by probably this time next year. You're going to be doing this full time, Heath. I'd say even sooner than that. You've blocked most of that content. That's fantastic. The GLP-1 ads. Yeah, it's, by the way, if you're getting GLP-1 ads, I'm not even discouraging you from looking into it. I'm not discouraging you from looking at it and being like, all right, maybe this is my thing. Because for some people, not many people, but for a couple of people, that might be the thing that does it for them. If you're 600 pounds and you just can't move and you've got like a diagnosed serious food addiction, where it's like a deep psychological thing, and it's gotten into the chemical. Perhaps a GLP-1 might be the thing that saves your life. That being said, talk to your doctor, not your influencer. And if somebody brings it up, if that's the first thing they bring up before they mention like, hey, maybe we could do some lifestyle changes, maybe there's some other options, get a second opinion. Just be really careful with the information that you're taking in. Be really, really, really careful. And anybody that's got an affiliate code does not have your best interest in mind. If they have an affiliate code to sell you an incredibly powerful medication over the internet, don't listen to them. You don't want to listen to someone who is purely profit-driven, someone who is making their living or just having a neat little side hustle by basically prescribing drugs to people. Imagine if we did that with Xanax and Adderall. Hey, use code KIND to get 20% off of a Xanax prescription sent to your home. You don't need a doctor. You don't need to get a consultation. Just use my code. And hey, you don't even need insurance. I'll just send you Adderall straight to your house. I don't know shit about shit. I didn't go to college. All I did was buy a whiteboard and make a bunch of wiggly lines on it and tell you that your blood sugar is broken. But here, buy this. You have an IG feature that blocks keywords. Oh, that's great. I should do that. I got to look into that myself. Jays, you're proud of something today, and this is over in my Twitch box. I would love to see you guys over at my Twitch, because then you get your comments featured here below. Let's see, what are you proud of? It's the first time you've been under 200 pounds in a long time. My goodness. Wow. Sam says Wonderland. That's what we call being under 200 pounds, as being in the 100s. Wonderland, O-N-E, Wonderland. Thank you for your existence, brother. A year back, I was at my lowest point. Hey there. Accidentally watched your Comfort Zone buzz cut reel a year back. It helped me to start my realization process. Thanks a lot. That I think the one that you're talking about right now. You're not too old for I'm too old for Twitch. I'm too old for the internet. I'm too old for Instagram. Instagram is a children's game. But I'm here because it's a way to reach you guys. You're not too old. I'm sick of Instagram is what I am. I don't necessarily need to lose weight, but my fitness is in an awful state since I had COVID-19 18 months ago. Oh, yeah, COVID really wrecked me. Had it not been for the vaccine, I would absolutely be dead right now. 110% I'd be dead. It took me months and months and months, once I got it, to recover. I had to relearn to walk again. I could barely breathe. I had the emergency room on speed dial for a long time, and there were a couple of nights where I'm like, this might be the night that I have to go in. So that modern medicine saved my life there. Roberflow, I can't ban. Mike, you might want to have links off. If you could tell me how to do that, I would appreciate it because I have no idea. Yeah, nobody click any links where they tell you that they're going to sell you viewers or whatever. I think we're all past that, right? We know not to click that link. We know that's a bot. It's kind of cool that we're getting bots, though, because that means that I'm visible enough that the bots think I'm worth spamming. You had 4 shots, and it still nearly put you in the ground. Yeah, and it put a lot of other people. Remember there was a period of time where all those conservative radio hosts were like, I'm not getting vaccinated, and it's not going to take me out. And like it was almost like a Death Note kind of thing, or a Final Destination thing. It was just like the clock starts ticking for them to for that comment to age very poorly. I wanted to know how to be strong more than learning to lose weight. That's been my major struggle. The weight loss was nothing. The weight loss really wasn't that big of a thing. It feels like it when I look back because, you know, it was such a tumultuous time of my life. It was very difficult to go through that. But it wasn't necessarily the weight loss that was causing that turmoil. It was everything else in my life. It was the unhappiness that was creating the weight. It was the friction in my life from bad friends, bad relationships. Oh, this is fun. Mike, what are your thoughts on the carbohydrate insulin model? I have about 70 pounds to lose. Keep getting pulled into the low-carb land on Instagram. It has been disproven! That's right. The carbohydrate insulin model, the fat insulin model has been 100% dis-fucking-proven. There is no scientific basis nor evidence in any capacity to support anything like the carbohydrate insulin model. What, are you telling me that, and this is not you specifically, this goes out to all the people who have tried to lie to get you to open your wallet. Are you telling me the only thing that can break the laws of thermodynamics, the laws of energy conservation in this universe is insulin? That somehow insulin can create its own mass? There's one thing, it's, amen, carbs are energy and feed your, it's the only thing that feeds your brain. Mind you, okay, so when your body goes into, let's just, for the benefit of the doubt, let's pretend that ketosis is kind of a real thing. Okay, let's pretend that it's actually something. What is it doing? Ketosis isn't burning body fat for fuel. It's burning dietary fat for fuel. It burns dietary fat. So you're using dietary fat as your main source of fuel. Why? Because you have no carbohydrates. Your muscles no longer are getting glycogen from their preferred fuel source. Your brain is no longer getting glucose, which is the only thing it operates on. So your body has to quick and dirty try to break down protein into fucking glucose. It doesn't use fat to power your body. Your body is not going to switch to fat for fuel. It's going to break it down in a very inefficient process to turn it into glucose that your brain and your muscles can use. Eat your fucking carbs. Let's go over here really quick. How's my day been? Hey, Bailey, what's going on? My day's going fantastic. I'm screaming about scammers on Instagram who are currently getting millions upon millions of views, whereas I'm struggling to get a few hundred at a time. Mike, this explains how to turn it. If I click that link, this stream's probably going to end. because I don't know how to run this. I have no idea. Rob Lapham set me up on this, and I don't know how to use it. He's so smart. He is so. If you guys are not following him, he's as smart as he is handsome and virtuous. I had PCOS, and I'm losing weight by a calorie deficit and concentrating on protein. I even had potatoes a few times, and I'm still losing. Yeah, exactly. Now, first off, let me just say real quick, having PCOS can make it a little bit more difficult. Having Hashimoto's, having some kind of a thyroid issue is going to make weight loss a little bit more difficult, and it's going to take a little bit longer. Is it going to be impossible? Absolutely not. But there are people that want your money, that want you to believe that you cannot do this on your own. Zero-calorie sweeteners are not bad for you. They're bad for business. Because if you do this on your own, if you're doing this at home and you don't need anybody, you don't need to pay somebody to do this, how do they make money off of you? So zero-calorie sweeteners are bad. They're super, super bad. They're going to give you cancer. They're going to spike your blood insulin. They're going to spike your glucose. They just throw, like, evil words. They'll just say triglycerides because they read that online somewhere, and they don't know what it means. It doesn't fucking matter. I've never looked into any of it at all, but I know that my levels are fine because my blood work is fine. I pay no mind to it. I've been working on adding protein, but that's really all I know about dieting and calorie deficit. And then just do that. Get good at working on protein. You don't have to be good at everything. You don't have to get all of the things down. Like, you just work on one thing at a time. And once you get that down, we work on something else. That's it. I'm sorry, but if someone said I could never have bread again, I wouldn't be on earth anymore. Well, for a long time, a lot of us thought bread was the culprit. A lot of us thought bread was evil. And, in some capacity, it is easier to overconsume it. It's a lot easier to eat more bread. Refund everybody. Oh, a different thing. It's easier to overeat on bread. Our bodies will continue to consume it, so, you'll eat more of it. That doesn't mean that the bread is making you gain weight. I have bread every day. I'm not over-consuming it. Scottish Zidoo. That's fun. First mic stream I'm seeing ever. Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. Well, welcome here. I'm glad to see you. We've got 15 viewers in the Twitch stream. I'm going to keep doing these streams on Instagram until the Twitch stream supersedes it, until there's more concurrent viewers on Twitch than there are on Instagram, and then I'm going to stop streaming on Instagram. So if you guys want to still see these streams, you got to join the Twitch, you got to join the YouTube, because that's where I'm going to be streaming from now on. And a couple of weeks, the Twitch is growing, guys. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to hang out with you. I think I just saw somebody subscribe to the YouTube. I don't know. Let's see. Let me shout you out by name, because I just got a notification. Oh, yeah, I'm fantastic. I don't know if you're here currently, but I'm love that you're here right now. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing another, what's it called, hot seat coaching in the guild. So if you're, yes, Twitch. It's a website called Twitch. It's much better for creators than Instagram is. If you follow somebody, you actually see their stuff, which a lot of you are not seeing my videos anymore because the algorithm doesn't want you to see it. Because I'm not trying to sell you garbage. U.S. bread is more like what I'd consider brioche. Oh, brioche is delicious. Love that. Absolutely love that. My doctor literally just told me to stay away from bread and cheese. Well, it could certainly stand to reason that we could have a little bit less. I haven't ordered breadsticks in a long time because it's just not a food that I tend to find valuable. Are they not good? No, of course they're good. They're delicious. I have regular tortilla wraps every day. I have burgers with real bread on them. Like, I'm not going to have bread be the main part of a meal. But I've got cheese in my diet every day. That being said, if your cholesterol's super high, we probably want to watch it. My cholesterol's fine right now. I might have genetically high cholesterol coming for me at a certain point. Curls of Doom. Curls of Doom. Oh, hey, fantastic. Okay, you've joined the Cool Kids Club. Welcome. I'm glad to see you on Instagram, and I'm glad to see you over here. So we're moving more people over to Twitch, where things are going to get a lot more fun than they are here. It's purple-flavored capitalist evil rather than blue, but we've all got to make a living. No. I don't think so. If you have to hurt someone to make a living, you don't deserve to make a living. I don't care what your circumstances are. I don't care how dire it is. If you have to hurt someone, if the person that you have encountered is worse off for having known you and interacted with your job, you are not worth the square inch of oxygen that kisses your asshole when you bend over to tie the shoes that you bought from money that you pilfered from somebody. Fucking starve. Controversial opinion. If you have to hurt somebody to make a living, you should be the person that you hurt. Don't take things. You do not have to take things away from anybody to make a living. You do not have to. Does blood glucose levels matter for weight loss? No, not really. That being said, if you're diabetic, it's something you want to look into, for sure. That being said, it's not going to affect your weight loss at all. I'm teasing about the switch from Meta to Twitch. Yeah, it sucks. It all sucks. It sucks so bad. Jays, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for being here. Mike, can't wait for your class tomorrow. I can't wait for you to be there. Make sure, if you haven't worked on your questions yet, you still have about 24 hours to work on them. Those 6 questions should be in the Guild of Champions Facebook page, if you didn't get them there. But my integrity is not for sale. Hell yeah, Keith. Or Heath, not Keith. I was thinking of somebody else. I'm losing my mind right now. Every time I get mad, every time I get a little bit butthurt, my brain just starts sizzling. I don't know if you guys have picked up on the fact that the vibes tend to be kind of chill here. Love your mic effect. Thank you very much. And may I reiterate, you do not have to hurt people to make a living. In fact, if you have to, then stop making a living. Controversial opinion. How is that controversial? Living in the late capitalist paradigm is inherently harmful. That includes diet culture. Yes. Hey, Heather, my friend Heather's here. Everybody say hi to Heather. Heather is I've been around with Heather for a while, and I've seen her make just incredible progress, not just in her physical health, but in her mind. And that's the real challenge there, is trying to grow a healthier mindset. So that's somebody who's really dedicated to the work, and somebody that I'm seeing this week, I believe. We're going to be together on Thursday, which is awesome. And I know you've got some interesting stuff to tell me for sure. Let's see. Got to hit over here. I got the questions. Your 5% class was life-changing. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. That's awesome. I thank you for the feedback. I just taught a class for Chris Terrell's Guild of Champions, which is a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. Not to mention it's not even the first one I've taught. About the 5% of weight loss. The fact that I'm lazy. I don't like doing a lot of stuff. So I've made my lifestyle so easy that I can't not do it. That's what's important. Let's go over here. Mike, your answer over on Instagram really made me think. I kept rechecking my calories instead of thinking how I can make things easier for myself in this difficult time. I always do this, trying harder, going harder, instead of relaxing and helping myself, instead of pushing myself harder. Progress does not feel like progress while it's progressing. Progress doesn't look like progress while it's happening. Progress is kind of really shitty when you do it right. At least in the immediate when you're looking at it under a microscope, it's just like, move out of the way. I'm trying to see. But if you just wait a little while, just pull back. Look at that. Now you can see the whole background. There's only a little bit that's covered up. It sucks. It sucks a whole lot. It really does. But that's when you're looking at it from the perspective of, I have to make progress every day. I have to move the marker forward you are moving forward every day, but I don't want you to feel it. That's what the 5% are all about, is that you make changes that don't feel like anything that give you everything. If you don't feel it, you can't fall off. How do you fall off of something that you're just genuinely chilling with? Like, okay, cool. I'm appreciating life right now. I'm appreciating the way that things are going. And then suddenly, without even noticing, you're down 30 pounds. You know, like, and you didn't even feel it. That's what I want you to do. What is your opinion on zero sugar or Diet Coke? I love it. Diet Coke I don't like because of the caffeine. It makes I'm allergic to caffeine and it's bad for my heart arrhythmia. As for other zero sugar sodas, depending on if I like the taste of them, I enjoy them. And if I don't like the taste of them, I avoid them because they're gross. Oh, wait a minute. You're asking about cancer. You're asking about if diet soda gives you cancer. Well, let me ask you this. Are you an in vitro rat living in a petri dish? Is anybody here a rat living in a petri dish right now? An in vitro rat? If you are, please speak your piece right now. You lost around 2 kilograms every month, and now I don't for the first time. It feels like I'm stagnating and not doing enough. Okay. What was working before? And why did it stop working? What changed? Is something different now than it was before? Hey, Steph is over. Twitch is easy. I just swapped from it. That's all, folks. Yeah. Steph says the switch from Twitch was easy. I just swapped from Instagram. All the cool kids are going over to Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you get a priority here in the bottom box. So yes. Mike, I just love your answer to the cancer. Oh, that's fun. Cite the study, debunk the fear. Yeah, if you are not an in vitro rat being fed 500 times the amount of aspartame that you would receive as a human being in a single can of Diet Coke, you will not get even the precursor of something that will eventually develop into cancer if you did that every day. Long story short, you're not getting cancer. Long story short, if you inject enough Tums into your bloodstream, it'll kill you. That chalky placebo garbage of Tums, it doesn't really do anything. It's really just a placebo. That'll kill you too if you eat enough of it. The first thing that would kill you about drinking 500 cans of Diet Coke in a day is that you would wipe out your electrolytes and remove your ability to absorb water. What's my Twitch? It's twitch.tv/Mike Needs a Plan. Or you just go to Twitch and you type in Mike Needs a Plan and you can follow me there. Hey, Nat, what's going on? I'm glad to see you over on Twitch where all the cool kids are. Now that you're here, it's the really cool kids. Let's see here. I don't know if I can ask advice on non-weight loss stuff. My secret is that this is not really a weight loss channel. This is a being kind to yourself channel, but it's harder to sell that. I don't know if I can speak on a non-weight loss advice stuff, but I would love some tips on overcoming a fear of public speaking. Even recording a video talking skyrockets my heart rate. So this is something that I've dealt with. Mind you, I used to be a stand-up comic. I used to be a stand-up comedian. For money. I was about to leave my job to do it full time. I don't need this. I'm going to just hit my banjo. I used to be a stand-up comic. And everyone was always like, how do you get over the fear? I never got over the fear. Never, ever. It was terrifying to me equally the first time as it was the final time that I did it. Nowadays, my job is talking to people, whether it be one-on-one or to all of you. The way that I've gotten better at it is just by doing it. There was a period of about 6 months where I was live streaming once or twice a day. Some of you might have been there for that, my OGs who were here in the beginning. I was teaching myself to be more comfortable. I was teaching myself to be able to talk for an hour without freezing up, or at least being able to catch myself and change course and be fine with it and be comfortable with the sound of my own voice, because I didn't come out that way. I didn't come out being fluent in the things that I'm talking about. I didn't come out fluent in making the points that I make. I built that. My first ever video, the video that put me here eventually. Ria's over here on the Twitch. Eventually I'm going to get the name over here right. I'm like a grandfather going through all of his grandkids' names before he gets to the one that he's trying to yell at. And of course, Twitch hates my phone. Of course it does. Of course it does. Well, the thing is, Rhea, we're not 20. Therefore, technology is not for us anymore. We've aged out of the demographic that marketers are looking to, like, send stuff to. We're too old. Sorry I'm late. I was watching Porco Rosso. I'm not sure what that is. But it's good. So you're saying I need to move to Twitch? Possibly. There's way less advertisements over on Twitch. There's less toxicity over there. You could also go to YouTube, which I believe I'm streaming live on YouTube as well. So if you're not a Twitch person and you want to go to YouTube instead, I upload my daily videos to YouTube now. If you'll notice, you probably didn't notice because none of you are seeing my videos anymore anyway. I did not upload a video to TikTok today. I did not upload a video to Instagram today. My Mike Needs a Plan Instagram. That's going to be more common. I uploaded it to Mike Has a Plan, but I also uploaded it to YouTube. I am moving away from the Mike Needs a Plan Instagram. It's unfortunate that I have to. It's unfortunate that the only way that I'm going to continue to have an audience here is to build it somewhere else. But the Mike Needs a Plan Instagram is functionally dead by decree of the algorithm. I've got no say in it. Doesn't mean we give up. Twitch mobile app does suck so hard. Does it? Okay, then just go over to YouTube. YouTube's way better. I use Twitch because I've been told that that's the thing to do. That's the reason I have a Discord page. I've got everything. I'm everywhere. I don't want to be everywhere. I just want to be in one place and have everybody there in the one place. Mike, if you could share what's your current Twitch goal? How many followers do we need to unlock subscriptions for you? I'm probably not going to do the subscriptions. It's not about the money for me. It's about being able to reach people. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm putting other platforms together and trying to build elsewhere. I don't think I'm going to turn on the subscriber model because if I do that, then Twitch is going to run ads, and I don't want to do that. I just want a place where when I say something, the people that wanted to hear it, hear it. That's it. Like, it's incredibly difficult for that to happen for some reason. Now, well, not for some reason. It's because I'm not selling you GLP-1s with an affiliate code, which is just insane to me. It's absolutely insane. Like, imagine if we were doing that with hardcore drugs, like the kind of stuff that they have to lock in a time release thing. The reason that when you go to the pharmacy, they say come back in an hour. It doesn't take them an hour to fill that. They've got a time release safe that releases the medicine because people can't be trusted with it. And we're selling GLP-1s online with affiliate codes? Are you fucking kidding me? God damn, a couple of years, not even a couple of years from now, because this is hurting people now. About a year from now, you're going to see, have you or a loved one been prescribed GLP-1 medications? You may be entitled to financial compensation. Join the Pridgeon law firm. And it's going to be, you have some control over ads as a Twitch partner. Well, I have 100% control over ads as a non-Twitch partner, and it means that you guys don't have to see ads. So that's great. I mean, not that you'd see ads on the Instagram feed, but like I don't know. It doesn't all have to be about money. It's awful. Yeah, keep your money. Now, if ever I put it up and you want to subscribe, if there's some kind of thing that, like, you don't get anything as a subscriber on Twitch. Like, there's no trade-off. You just give me, like, $5 a month. If I want to do that, I'll start, like, a Patreon, and then I'll have, like, exclusive content and stuff that's, like, for people that want to be around. But Twitch, you don't get anything extra, I don't think. Or maybe I don't understand it enough. I want to make sure that if money is coming my way, I'm doing something to earn it. I don't want to shit on other coaches, but like, when I'm coaching people, like I'm the one person that I know that like spends time with the people that they're coaching. Aside from Chris Terrell, for those of you who know Chris Terrell, but he was kind of my inspiration to that. It's like, I'm not just going to give everybody a cookie cutter program and here you go, come back to me in a couple of months when it stops working. Like, I want to talk to people. I want to be a part of your journey. I don't just want to set it and forget it. And I could be rich if I put a program together where it's, I just get 10,000 people and I just make you watch a couple of videos and charge you $100 for the package. I don't want to do that because it's what does that do for you? I want you to work with me and then never have to do anything else, work with me or anyone else ever again. Yeah, the GLP-1s are a nightmare. Again, for a couple of people out there, there's a few people that it's going to work for. And it's people who have tried everything else or are at a point where they just physically cannot do anything else. That might be something that works for them. But for the majority of people, for the majority of healthy people that just really need better alternatives for getting around and moving that's not being given to you by a genetically perfect 20-year-old, you probably aren't going to need it. A solid shot you're not going to. The only thing you get with a Twitch subscription is no ads. Okay, well then great. You are all technically subscribed to me then, because you're hopefully not getting ads. I don't know. Some Minecraft streamers offer access to their game server. Oh, speaking of Minecraft, I'm thinking about starting a Minecraft server for the Discord, and I'm not going to charge anybody anything. So, just join over there, because if you want to play Minecraft and not pay for it, because I don't want you to pay to be part of anything. It doesn't have to be about money. You can just help people. I am doing things that are, paying my bills. I don't need a nickel and dime everybody. And the people that I am getting money from, I am hoping beyond hope that I'm offering proper value to. But yeah, if it's going to be a subscription model, I'll have a Patreon where I'm offering something special to you guys. That's what I would do. If anyone's interested in that, then I'll do it. But it's not my focus right now. I want to get information out to people. Oh, you want to play Minecraft? Oh, who wants to play Minecraft in the Discord? Because if so, I'll just buck up and get a server. Communal Iron Farm. Oh, cool. I'm going to make the food. I like the... yes, we're getting a Minecraft server. Very possibly. Very possibly. Certainly possibly. Mike, do you understand that we just want to support you, right? Especially with Insta being... Well, I appreciate that a lot. You guys, if you want to support me, just... there's other... The podcast. I always forget about the podcast. I put a podcast out every Wednesday. It's called Mike Needs a Plan, the show I've named for the fact that even after losing 110 pounds, I still have no idea what I'm doing. And for a half hour every week, we just admit that we don't know what we're doing, and it's totally fine. Okay, cool. We've already got some Minecraft experts in here. You guys play Java or Bedrock? Because I'd probably be setting up Java because I have it. Hey, Sarah's here. Hey, what's going on? I'm glad to see you. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. 4 o'clock, I think we're going to be hanging out, right? Java, yeah, okay, cool. We're all doing Java. Great, fantastic. Does it have to be Patreon? Have you ever considered OnlyFans? I bet a lot of people would want to support you in any way possible. I think there's a solid possibility, perhaps even more so, that people would pay me rather to keep my clothes on. If there's an anti-OnlyFans where there's a dead man switch, and if I don't hit my funding goal every month, you get sent a picture of my ass, that might be the thing that puts me rich. I was just listening to the podcast. Oh, cool. Which episode of the podcast were you listening to? Let's talk about some of that, because I know we've got some podcast listeners here. Heather would play? Oh, fantastic. I would love to have a little neighborhood with all you guys where we just live in a nice village and all help each other. Everything. That sounds fun. You got $5 on... What did you get $5 on? On the OnlyFans? Heath, are you on OnlyFans? Oh, I can post anything on OnlyFans. Okay, so I can post my dick, but I can also post "Be kind to yourself," and the Instagram algorithm won't ban me for it. So I don't have to. Okay, I guess I never considered that you don't really have to be naked. People would definitely spend $5 a month to get a naked Mike telling them to be kind to them. Could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine just fall for just like that, hey, be kind to yourself, everyone. Just letting it hang. People who don't want to see you shirtless or blind, just, get out of here. Okay, so we're really we're getting a sneak peek incoming. Hey, you can be naked on Instagram once. You get banned for it, but you can be naked on Instagram one time. I don't know if this is Emma, but that all in caps with the 10 different eyes and the exclamation points, that feels like Emma to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I've also got the hint that your first initial there is E. It is you! Fantastic! I'm so glad to see you, Emma. Oh my goodness. All my friends are coming out. Oh, this is wonderful. I hope that I'm interesting enough here to keep all of your attention and that you're not just here like a Make-A-Wish kind of deal. You continue to do that. All I did was stand up. Get out of here. You just started listening today, so you're at episode 5 with David Roden. Oh, okay, yeah, so you started from the beginning. I've got a bunch of episodes with interviews that I've not yet released. And I'm gauging interest there. I'm about to release... do you guys know Today I Am Grateful? You guys know that guy? Every day he just makes like a 10-second video about something he's grateful for. Because I did an interview with him a while ago, and I've been thinking about putting that one out right away. Because it was probably one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. I've got one with Chris Terrell. So who else would you guys know? I'm going to have Adam Wright at some point. We've been talking about doing something together. So Adam Wright will be on there. Scotty K Fitness. Talking about Scotty K Fitness. We want to do something together. So if there's anybody you want me to talk to, I've kind of got... I'm connected. Everybody. Yes, I can see your comments now. Yeah, I can't see them on TikTok. The program that I'm using, I can see Instagram in front of me, and I can see Streamlabs over here, which is YouTube. I don't know. I have no idea how anything works. You already know I'm bad with technology. You've been around for a long time. Hey, Adam, he's to blame that okay, so you saw that video that Adam shared of mine. That's how we met, was back then, and now we've been friends ever since. Oh, Liam, too. For those of you who like Adam Wright and Liam and Rob Lapham and me, if you want to see us all hang out, I don't know if we're going to do it this week, because Rob's taking a little bit of a break from social media, but the four of us usually do a stream a couple of times a week, so if you want to see us all in one place... that's fantastic. But yeah, he'll be on the podcast at some point too. Okay, bye. So I'm getting a lot of comments over here. Interview with Scotty. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do it with Scotty. Hello from Canada. Hey, Smitty. Hello from Canada. Oh wow, we've finally hit 21 viewers on the Twitch stream, which means we now have more concurrent viewers on Twitch than we do on Instagram. That's fantastic. That's really crazy. Who here would consider themselves a people pleaser? We're going to answer Polar Panda's question. Can you teach me how to stop people pleasing? You're not going to like the answer, but you need the answer. And I know personally a good few of you are people, like personally, I know that you're people pleasers. Apparently Twitch is glitching for me, so I'm watching on Instagram and chatting on Twitch. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Hello from the other side of the world. Which side of the world? Where are you at? Tell me where. Tell me how long it would take for me to get there. Oh man, really? Oh yeah, people pleasers. How many of you would consider yourselves people pleasers? Twitch is down for me. What is happening? Is that for everybody? Are we having trouble with the stream for everybody? I mean, you guys can use the other platforms. I don't know what's happening anymore. I have no idea. Perhaps I've taken on too much too fast. Perhaps this is what happens when we try to change everything. It used to be I would stream on one platform, and that would be enough. And now I'm like, well, let's go to all the platforms because I've got the capability to do so, and now I can't run them all efficiently. I can't really do it to the best of my ability. And now I'm struggling. And part of my brain is like, well, damn it, I can't offer what I'd like to offer to everybody. Mike, chill. Some people just have to refresh. Your stream is perfect for me. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Yeah, I wish I knew how to help more than that. But your Twitch is not having a good time. Bailey's good. Okay, so we're like 50-50 there. Video is canceled and reload player. Huh. Well, I know Instagram's working. I would say that Twitch is working, but I'm not able to see the comments over there. But wherever you can see me, wherever you could send me something, you could just send me a DM if you need to. I check when I can. I get back to as many as I can, which is obviously not all of them. If you've sent me a DM, chances are I probably haven't seen it. If I've seen it, I've responded to it, and if I haven't seen it, I haven't responded to it. I felt like I had something I was talking about before. That's gone now. We're talking about me having an OnlyFans. Oh, I had mentioned people pleasers. And then all of you people pleasers went silent. Some of you are going to have difficult conversations. You cannot stop being a people pleaser and not hurt a couple of people's feelings. There is 0% possibility that that's not going to happen. You have to hurt a couple of people's feelings. That being said, if they're the right people, if they're the people in your life that are meant to be there, it won't matter. They'll be grateful that you told them. I'm always grateful when somebody in my life tells me they didn't like something that I did, because it means they care enough about me to tell me, hey, I don't like that, and I don't want you to continue doing that because I want to keep liking you. So when somebody gives me criticism or constructive criticism, it's good for me. And when people don't want to give me criticism and they're just like, well, how dare you want things or have needs or want a boundary? Great, I don't need you. I simply do not need you anymore. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that we're not compatible anymore. That's all. How so? Why will I need to hurt a couple of people's feelings? Because currently your feelings are being hurt by those people. Your needs are not being met because you are serving other people to a point that you're not happy anymore. It doesn't get to a point where there's an equilibrium with certain people. Now, that being said, when you start to enforce these boundaries, there are some people that will respect them and people that won't. That's the difference there. It's like, okay, I've started to implement this boundary. I've started to say, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to use one from my own life. I sort of had to fight to be included in my old friend group. If I did not reach out, they wouldn't reach out to me unless they needed me to drive them somewhere, because none of them had cars at the time, and I did have a car. So anytime that they would reach out to me, we were always going somewhere. And I started to put that pattern together. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. They want to go somewhere. So the boundary that I put into place, I didn't even tell them, I just put it into place for myself, was if we're hanging out, if these people reach out to me, I'm not going to hang out with them if they're going somewhere. I will only go to hang out with them if, I'm being included in regular activities where they don't need me for something. And I kind of stopped seeing those people. Like, they just became a way less part of my life very quickly. So in that case, I really didn't have to hurt anyone's feelings necessarily. It was more so just like, I'm saying no, and I'm enforcing that boundary. And once I did enforce some boundaries, and I mentioned some things that I was uncomfortable with and that I didn't like, and that I didn't feel like I was included, that was 4 years ago. That was in May of 2020, and I've not spoken to any of them since. They kicked me out of our group chat and ignored any time I tried to reach out to any of them. They ignored it. So yeah, did it suck? Certainly. But those people made me feel alone for years. I may have been in their company, but I felt alone. There's a lot of you right now who are in situations that are very similar, where you feel alone in a group of people. You may be next to them, but are you together? I wasn't. Those are people that I needed to enforce a boundary on. Being isolated is hard. Being isolated in the company of others is a unique kind of difficult that no one really prepares you for. And that was sort of the reason that we would hang out, because we lived in a backwoods town where there was a street light every mile or so. Everything closed at 8:30, 9 o'clock if you were lucky. And sometimes locking our rusty gears into each other was slightly better than being alone. But it wasn't really togetherness. It was just, we're next to each other. We're in the same room. We don't like each other. There's a lot of unspoken things. I need very deep communication with my friends. The people that I'm closest with in my life, we usually start off like there's no small talk. It's gone completely. We just jump into like, yeah, this is the person that I am at my core. And we're going to be talking about some trauma stuff. And if somebody can't handle that, I probably don't want them around, to be quite honest. Like, that intensity is something that I really need. I need to be open with people like that, and I need them to be open with me. Because for a long time, I didn't have communication with the people that were in my life. I'm mostly alone without a group of people. Rather be alone than feel alone with others. Join the Discord, everybody. If you are feeling alone and you're struggling finding people who are like you, join the Discord. Would love to see you. Because there, it won't be you're next to people. You will be with people. Love you from South Africa. Thank you so much. As a 15-year-old navigating the world, you just made it a lot simpler. And I will tell you, as a 30-year-old who was navigating the world as a 15-year-old on the internet, be careful with who you listen to online. Especially when it comes to health stuff. Run everything by a doctor or a trusted adult. If there's anything in that regard, don't try to get treated online. I wish I hadn't. You're at a critical point in your development right now, and that can go well. I'm glad that you're, seeking things out and finding good sources of information, but you don't know I'm a good source of information. You don't have that life experience to determine that yet. So make sure that you are listening and talking to someone that you trust in your real life with, real accolades and qualifications that can guide you properly. That is my advice. And be kind to yourself. That's the most important thing. Let's read over here. Mike, would you mind telling us about your... She was my lady was actually on a live stream about a week ago. She too lost 100 pounds. So she was also able to give some wonderful information. She always thinks that she's not as good at talking about this as she actually is. And then I just tell her, I'm like, I don't know shit about shit either. These people just listen to me, and I don't know why. But she's great. She's artistic and kind and smart and funny. And when I say artistic, like, she just switches between mediums all the time. I am very blessed. I have her first ever watercolor painting. And here, when she gave this box to me, which she also made and filled with neat little trinkets, I thought that this was a print. I thought she had printed this. No, this was the first watercolor that she ever made in her whole life. And I'm, what do you mean? This is the first one. If this would not be my 100th watercolor, it wouldn't look anything like that. So I'm just incredibly grateful to have somebody. Not only that, but she's emotionally connected, which I desperately needed. And she understands when I go nonverbal, because that happens too. As somebody that desperately needs communication, I have this other curse of being autistic. So sometimes my brain just shuts down and stops working all too good. And so it's good to not have to explain that when my brain just kind of stops working. So let's keep reading here. I've lost so many friends and social groups over the years in the past year. Was it hard? Yes. Was it so worth it? Yes. I can be authentically me without a filter, and it's such a healing process. I've been very lucky to get to see some of that process, and I know how difficult it's been for you, and I know how difficult it will be, especially with some of the major changes that are coming up for you. I'll keep the details to me, but it's you've got some major changes where your life is going to look completely different here in around about a month. Which, by the way, I know we won't have any, what's it called? I still want you to reach out. Like, let's talk about that still, because I want to hear about it. I want to be involved in it. Imagine finding a partner who actually understands you. Hey, you just got to find somebody who was born with the same defects as you. That's the secret. That's the secret to true happiness, is just find someone with the same afflictions. That's all, because then you don't have to explain anything. That's how, when I told you earlier that the people that I'm closest to in my life, we usually, like conversation one is some kind of a trauma dump. That is the case. And that's what it was for us. We went from strangers to, wow, this is a person who I am intimately connected with in a matter of days. And like that's kind of important to me, to be able to do that. Let's see. Also make sure they are artistic. They got to be autistic and artistic. They got to be both. Thank you. Yeah, keep me in the loop, because I'm interested. I'm excited to hear. Mike does cry bonds instead of blood bonds. Yeah, for real. And it's hey, like you and I kind of had one the other night. It's like it's those sort of like half delirious 2 a.m. like, no, we're getting real now, and we don't need the social decorum of, hey, how are you doing? Good. How are you? Like, fuck that shit. I'm way beyond that. I don't want it. It offers me no value. As soon as you ask me how the weather is, we're never going to be friends. Never. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means, like, you're not going to be able to handle the things that I need to get out. And it's fine. It's fine. Like, it's totally fine if you can't do that, because I wouldn't. It's intense. It's very hard to maintain that if that's not your vibe. So, like, I don't want to waste your time. That's why I'm selective with the people that I take when I take on one-on-one clients. I have turned down people. I've turned down a lot of people. Most people, when they come to me, they want to work with me, and if I'm like, we're not gonna cry. You came to me to, like, figure out what kind of food to eat. Like, I'm not the guy. I'm not even gonna serve you well in that case. It's not what I'm good at. Yeah, I can have a conversation about food, but, like, what's it going to do for you? It's really not going to do anything. I think it's good to weed out people by speaking about heavy topics. It kind of is, because if you get all that stuff right out in the beginning, like, hey, this is a little preview. This is the trailer of Mike. I actually literally posted a trailer the other day. I saw it was a CapCut filter or something where it's like, share 10 videos that give you, give the people around you a preview of what you're going to be like. And it's usually people that are posting like, hey, I'm on vacation, and hey, this is a fun thing I'm doing with my friends, and now I'm on a boat. But I'm like, oh, wait a second, all my videos are of me crying. So I guess that's going to be my compilation. Bless you for being there. I've never had a friend like that who was there for that like me. It was eye-opening to the experience, and not feeling guilty for it as I normally do. That's one of the major things that we do. It's like, that's part of the reason that information is out there for you, is like, a lot of us haven't had the opportunity to speak on this stuff. Bailey, yeah, you too. Like, it's, how it is. You've been there. Like, you don't have the opportunity to talk about this stuff. It lives in your head, and it's fine when it's in your head, but when you force your head to contend with your mouth, suddenly your brain starts processing it differently. Your ears process your head differently than they process your mouth. So when you force them to talk to each other, they come to different conclusions. And you say things differently than you think them. And you write things differently than you say them. We have several different voices in our heads, and we're familiar with the inside one. We're familiar with the one that lives inside of us, so we get used to it. We get calloused. And it doesn't hurt us anymore. And then you start talking about it, and suddenly you can't suck it up. Suddenly it's like, God damn it. This is what I got good at avoiding. This is what I got good at not thinking about. I didn't get to think about the mean stuff. Let's see. Well, we got people talking about being diagnosed on the spectrum as adults. Love it, love it, love it. I accepted it. I was diagnosed as a child, but I always turned it away. Like, no, that's not me. No, it's definitely me. And I'm good with it. Like, it explains so much. Yeah, why would I want to be around someone who can't deal with my traumas/past experiences that affect me? Yeah, I don't know. Normies can't do it. Hey, Amy Willow. Wonderful to see you. About to drive home from a meal. We'll have you playing. Oh, fantastic. Well, that means that I have to stay, doesn't it? I've got a call that I've got to do here, or that I get to do. I'm excited to do it because it's somebody that I want to talk to. I don't know what time it is, though. Let me just check really quick, if you don't mind. Okay, cool. I've got an hour and a half. I can do it. Isn't your job right now mentally draining? It would drain me so much to be open all the time. No, I love this. This is honestly fantastic, because for years I was somebody once asked me a long time ago, they said, what gives you the courage to talk about your weight loss journey and the things that you felt on your journey? And I said, what gives an inflating balloon the courage to burst? It's not courageous. It has to. The pressure needs to go somewhere. The balloon was not courageous for bursting. It was done from necessity. There was no more room. And I had 29 years of inflation. I had 29 years of, in my head, there being all of the bad thoughts and all of the bad feelings, and the people that were in my life were not terribly conducive to releasing some of that pressure. So when it got to a point where I finally was able to share this stuff, and that I was able to talk about it, and that people wanted to hear it and were benefiting from it, there's no amount of money, there's no comment, there's nothing that you could send to me or give to me that would ever make me stop sharing. It's not draining, because I'm growing. It's not taking anything away from me to hear other people's thoughts, because I get to share my own. Which is, a therapist wouldn't do that, but I'm not a therapist. A coach wouldn't do that, or, like a nutritional coach wouldn't do that, because they don't do any of that kind of stuff. They don't deal with the mind, but I'm not that. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm trying to be what I needed on my journey, which is maybe just a friend who knows what they're talking about. Like, that's what I do. That's what I do. You can't shut me up now. Not going to happen. And Instagram's trying. Instagram's trying real hard. Now we've got 27 viewers over on Twitch, which is the most number of concurrent viewers I think we've ever had on Twitch, which is insane. This is a good proof of concept. This means, and this is actually good today, because it depressed me today for today to be the first day that I haven't uploaded something on Instagram. But I decided, you know what? I've got to just move away from the Mike Needs a Plan Instagram, which has given me everything I've got now. When I was on TikTok and all the followers started coming in there, I was suffering with a lot of imposter syndrome, and I'm like, well, they all showed up by accident. Everybody showed up by accident. There's no reason that they're actually here. They just kind of showed up by accident. So now, if I could build this again somewhere else, then maybe it's on purpose. But right now, it's an accident. And so I started posting on Instagram, where it was just like a personal page. I had a couple hundred followers, and I knew all of them. And then I just started posting my videos there. And my first video I posted did really well. And the second video I posted did really well. And things were great between October to March, and then Instagram announced that they were changing the algorithm, and it's been a mess ever since. So now I'm like, okay, I've done it before. I've built somewhere else before. I could do it again. Won't be that big of an issue. Might take longer. I've gotten very lucky several times, but it's not about luck. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I'm not doing this for the number of people that I reach. I'm doing it for the people that I reach. If I can reach one person, which was my goal in the very beginning, then I've done what I came here to do. And because I've helped myself in the process, that's the cheesy answer. I've done what I came here to do. You normally have to listen to them back. Are you listening to the live streams back, Amy Willow? That's incredible. By the way, if you want to see these streams from start to finish, I believe they all save on Twitch. So that's one of the benefits of being on Twitch, is you can basically, it's like a hour and a half long podcast a few times a week, which is in contrast to my regular podcast that is more put together and more single channel, where I'm on one topic the whole time, but lasts for about 35 minutes. Prohansi, oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic today. The dang algorithm is a butt. Yeah, it is. It's terrible. And Heath, you and I were talking about this for a while. The attractive redhead. Hey, what's going on? Glad to see you. The meta algorithm is more broken. Well, here's the thing. The meta algorithm is not broken. The meta algorithm is working exactly the way that they intended for it to work. The way they built it is the way it's working. It is meant to keep you fearful. It is meant to give you videos that you're like, who put this brain rot on my profile? I'm not following this person. How did this get here? It is built exactly the way that it's supposed to be built. Same with Facebook now. You scroll on Facebook and it gives you AI-generated news articles the whole way through. It's not a user-based thing anymore. They're just trying to sell you ads. King Edward Sapphires, what's your favorite movie? This is a loaded question, isn't it? Asking me what my favorite movie is. This is 100% a loaded, because I know you know the answer. I know for certain you know the answer. Oh, hold on, wrong car. That's the one from the first movie. That one doesn't fly. Okay, so hold on. Let's take the flight path from the end of the movie when Doc comes back. He's Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids. Whoa, Doc. What do they become assholes or something? No, you're fine. It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids. And they get back in the DeLorean, and they drive away. They're driving on the road like that. It flies up. Like that. Credits roll. There was never supposed to be a second movie. It was a joke for the end of the film. Yes, the door's open. Oh, dang, that's right. I'm but a fool. Yeah. You already know it's not Back to the Future. Yeah, you just came in. Sorry, Ben. I'm going to call you Ben. What's happening? We're talking about Back to the Future now. I was asked what my favorite movie is. So I have to talk about it. Put the hat on first. Oh, hold on. There we go. Still got the tag on it. Oh, no, not the same cars. No, it's not the same car. Oh, hold up. I lost the Mr. Fusion. There it is. So the reason that this is different from the first one, full cap. Oh, yeah, full cap. 100%. Full cap with the, there's a tag on it right now. It's not a very comfortable hat. It's very, very rubber. Can you double check on the Twitch how long VODs are getting saved? I think it's just 30 days. If you want to keep them, you'll have to upload them on YouTube. Oh, okay. Interesting. I better do that. Thank you for the update, because I'm going to have to figure that out. Yes, hey, Anna's here. Yeah, DeLoreans. Somebody asked me what my favorite movie is, so I got to talk about it. I got to bring out 2 of my DeLoreans. I could bring out the 3rd one. But you guys don't want to see the 3rd DeLorean, right? You don't want to hear me talk about my DeLoreans. Does anybody know how to fix watches? Or not fix them, but make them smaller, like take bands off of them? Like metal watches? Is that possible? Oh, don't tell me to... Oh, God. Let me get them on. Okay. So, the first one that I brought out, I'm sorry, I misled you. I made this fly across the screen. This car is not capable of flight in its current state. Right here you can see this little thing, if you guys recall, toward the end, the climax of the first movie. They did not have plutonium in 1955, which you could probably get at any corner store in 1985, but in 1955 it's hard to come by. So says Doc. So luckily, the amount of energy, or sort of unfortunately, the amount of energy required to mimic the nuclear reaction that the plutonium causes is a lightning strike. But they don't know where a lightning strike's going to be. They don't know where they're going to find a lightning strike. So, but luckily, Marty happens to have a little pamphlet in his back pocket that was given to him by a lady that was trying to save the clock tower that was going to be torn down, but she wanted to save it as a historical marker. It had been destroyed by a lightning strike. And he now has a piece of paper that tells him exactly when a lightning strike is going to happen and where. So Doc devises this right here, puts this little pole on the back, and he's got to hit a wire at exactly the same time that there's we've got some oh good, okay, people are happy about this on Discord. I'm gonna try to get rid of everybody. I think that's going to be the point here. I want to get rid of everybody who's watching. No one clicked the link. Best viewers. Oh, I got to click on the best viewers link from Faraway Name. Let's go click on that one. Do I have Twitch mods? I do not have Twitch mods. How do I get rid of bots? What do I do for that? No one clicked the link. Please beg you, I do this for... I'm going to click the link. Let me just... Let me real quick. I'm just gonna. I just want to. What if it's good? What if it's something that's actually? It's so dark in here. It's so scary. Why does it smell like eggs? I didn't expect. Oh no. What is that? What is that? Who's at the door? Please leave me alone. I have a chat full of people that are relying on me. I need to get back to them. No, please! Oh, no! Okay, fine. I'll buy the viewers. The viewers I have are fine. I'll buy them. I'll buy more. If you could just let me get back to the viewers that I love. Please. Please let me go. Can you tell me how to turn my camera back on? I turned it off for the bit. I don't think I know how to turn it back on again. I think we're good. What if the bot is sexy? Oh, hold on a second. The bot is what if the bot is sexy? Let's I didn't know about that. All right, I'm back. Everybody. OnlyFans is back. So at the end of the first movie, Doc has
gotten rid of all the issues from this first car right here by installing the Mr. Fusion on the back of the DeLorean. And it doesn't require plutonium anymore. It just requires trash. They put that in there, it compacts the trash, and it creates the energy that is necessary to generate the 1.21 gigawatts required to make time travel possible. Oops, I forgot to turn off my echo. I may have just hinted at the fact that I did not click on the link and that I was still here the whole time. Mike's OnlyFans is him explaining the plot to Back to the Future, but naked this time. Could we do that? Could we make that happen? Here's the car from Back to the Future 3. Now you can see the wheels are a little bit different. That's because these are train wheels. They run out of gasoline. In the third film, they run out of gas, and obviously they can't get any gas. So they have to get this pushed by a train that they rig with explosives to get that up to 88 miles per hour. And they've just got this neat little box on the front of it for some zazz, you know. But that's why I need 3 cars, because the car is different in every film. Olympic medal for the for the fastest pivot. I hope Book Talk never finds Mike. What is Book Talk? And why can't they find me? What'll happen if they find me? Are they bad people? Are Book Talk like Bible Book Talk? Because they've already found me, and they're insufferable. If they had spent as much time reading their book as they do thumping it, they would maybe understand some of the shit inside of it. People who read, but they only read smut. Oh, okay. So this is a whole thing? Like, what happens if they find me? I'm sort of like the bland oatmeal of the sexual world. I'm nutritionally dense and filling, but ultimately very boring and unappealing. Nobody really wants me. I've seen the psychological horror come up. So there's psychological horror in horniness talk. Horniness book talk. We've gone way off course here. I shouldn't have said roads where we're going. We don't need roads, because we clearly need a road here. This isn't working out anymore. When they find you, then you can preach to them to be kind to themselves. I don't think there's anything I can do to them or for them. I am so off course now. No way to cover the bus. No roads. No roads! Only dirt paths! No roads! Love that. I love that. Love that, I love that, I love that. Let me just be completely transparent with all of you right now. I am, like, feeling this much nonverbal. It's not great. It feels like somebody just put, like, a divider in my words, where they're like, these are the amount of words you're allowed to use, and the rest of them you don't have access to anymore. They're there somewhere, you don't get to have them. Good luck using the ones that you have. Luckily, I've not been cut off by all of them, or to all of them, by all of them, with all of them. I don't know what's happening. Oh, hell yeah. If anyone else is on the spectrum, you'll be familiar with what I'm doing with. Following 2 different chats is exhausting. It's not even so much that I'm following 2 chats as it is, like, I just got way off course of what I was originally talking about, and now I don't know how to zoom back. Everybody shut up, it's quiet time. Sarah says it's quiet time. Oh, that's kind of nice. Just for like 2 seconds, that was really nice. That's normal. I'm bilingual, and that's a very common thing. Talking to someone who uses different words helps. Oh, that's fun. Quiet coyote. Otters rise up. Where are we getting animals from? Are there animals here? Oh, hang on. I may have to go right now. Just confirm. Just got it. I'm all set. Okay. Cool. Sorry, it works out. You speak 3 languages. God damn, I suck at the one. Was this like necessity? Like you grew up in a place where you needed more than one language? Or are you just an overachiever? Is that what it was? Otters are autistic? Oh, I didn't know that. Very interesting. Local man gets tired of streaming at end stream. In other news, the sun still shines. They will want you to read the smut because of your voice. I'm like on the verge of a breakdown right now. Is my voice still pleasant to listen to? Is it ever pleasant to listen to? I've just been told on Instagram that the smut talk or book talk, it was book talk, they'll want me to read smut because of my voice. Is that what it's going to be? Is that what's about to happen? Should I read something? Maybe that's how we get back on track. I just read something to you. I've been told to do bedtime stories. So if that's something that the people want, maybe that's my next endeavor. Maybe I don't move away from being... I forgot about this. Okay, real quick, before we get back into that. License plate. I don't know if you can see that. It says out of time, which I've got in the back of my car. Not in my license plate holder, but in my back windshield. Back to the Future 2. That's a scannable license plate they got back there. I've got one of them. I'm about to order one of those because I want it. I think it's really cool. I think it's time to upgrade. Oh, Sarah, you're too kind. Learning a new language can enlarge your horizons, Mike. I think it's more than just overachieving. Should I do, what is be kind to yourself in Spanish? Is that what we do? Reading a page of the Back to the Future script, full impressions. Oh, goodness. Chad is turning horny, Mike. It's time to go. Anna, just wait until I post a video with me. Did anybody... Oh, boy. Did anybody see a video I posted a while ago in which I filmed my phone? I was like down here. So like the angle is here and I've got my phone like by my waist. And I'm looking down, I'm like just like that, and I'm just like letting my stomach hang over my pants, which I tightened a little bit harder, and I filmed from that angle, and I was like, hey, so I feel like a lot of here's what a real body looks like compared to a fake body is just like covert thirst traps where people who are in shape just want to show off that they're in shape, but also like, I'm one of you, I'm one of the normal people too. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to turn that concept on its head, and I'm going to film the entire video. There's no after, or there's no before, like here I'm posed, I'm in good lighting, none of that. It was just like a shot, it was a reverse dick pic. Rather than me taking it from up here, I'm down there, like facing up. And I'm like, well, this is the least attractive angle that anybody can be at. There's no possibility that anybody could find this appealing in any capacity. And I lost 800 followers, first off. So I'm like, got it. It was disgusting. And then it was all men hitting on me. It was a lot of men, which historically has been the case for me. That is my available dating pool, is men, which is to me sort of like being rich, which is great, in a country where the currency has just changed, and now I've got barrels of pesos that no longer are taken anywhere. But at a certain point, I could have been rich. And so the point that I was trying to make did not come across at all, because there was so much. It was just awful. It was so bad in the comments. Yeah. So Mike is one of the people who makes thirst traps. But it wasn't a thirst trap. That's the thing. Like it was probably the worst angle that I could ever make. Oh Oh my goodness. People are being nice to each other in my comments. I love that. Nice. I've got Sarah. I've got Anna talking to each other. I like you guys both. You're fantastic people. You're so innocent. Bless you. I'm not innocent. I like not one movie, but 3 movies. I'm not a one movie kind of guy. I like all 3. Some people are like, no, you got to choose one. I won't. I won't choose one. I like them all. And I'm going to have a car from each one. And if that makes me a fucking slut... Stop being nice, guys. This is Instagram. Andrew, you should join us over on the Twitch channel where everybody's being kind to each other. Slut Mike just dropped. I've entered my slut era. Held a message due to reason misogyny. No one's misogynistic in my comments. I just got the funniest notification ever. Mike needs a plan. Permitted add permitted term slut. What does this become? This is like one of my late night streams where we go in like 2 in, and it starts getting crazy. I am a slut for DeLoreans. I was looking into 6th scale models the other day, which is quite a bit larger than these. There's one from a company called Eagle Moss. Where they send you pieces in, I think it's 112 installments, and you build a very detailed, the most detailed for-sale consumer model DeLorean anywhere that's ever been produced. And it's like $3,000 to do this. I don't nearly have the money to do that at the moment, where I can just drop that kind of cash on a DeLorean, but it's... If things work out for me this fall with the things that I'm doing, there's a solid shot that you're going to see me building a 6th scale DeLorean model. It's 2 p.m. for me. I'll never get anything done at this point. Why do you have to get anything done? Capitalism is fake. Society is fake. It's a construct. Be gay, do crime. Twitch... be freaking out over your filthy mouth. Amazon Prime is sending you soap to wash it out real quick. They can't clean my dirty mouth. They'll never do it. Christopher Williams from TikTok and the fellow Mellow. I love that name. Now I know you. I know you as. I think I know both Christopher Williams and the fellow Mellow. Now you've combined into one person. So, and you've got a cool name on Twitch, Christopher Krilliams. That's fun. When will you buy the real DeLorean? That is a 6-figure investment, and something that I'm reluctant. If ever it gets to a point that I've got a very successful business and I'm doing really well, Elizabeth, yes, you are. On the old Smitty's over on the Twitch. You should come hang out with Smitty. He's over there, and then we'll have 2 of our moderators on that side. It's a write-off. I don't know if I can. Yeah, it being a write-off has nothing to do with whether or not I'm able to afford it. That's different, because I can't get a write-off and have the IRS be like, "No, you're good, fam. Don't worry about it. You're allowed to be in debt. You're allowed to be in $300,000 of debt for a DeLorean." Twitch be a good time. It is good time. I love Twitch. Twitch is great. I think Twitch is allowing me to let my, as they say, and as I've heard it phrased, to let my freak flag fly. Which it doesn't seem as though Instagram really gives me the great berth to do. So I've got to do that. The lug nuts, honestly, Smitty, you'd be shocked at how expensive they are on their own. No, we're not doing a fundraiser for a DeLorean. Mike just admitted it. Well, here's the thing. I've got to fly the freak flag at some point. I've spent a long time not being a freak, and maybe I don't have to ask if somebody's going to match it. I don't have to ask if anyone is going to match my freak because maybe perhaps I am enough of a freak to match myself. Maybe I don't need anybody else's permission. I can move myself in the window. That's great. I don't want to do that though. I want to lock it. What if instead of be kind to yourself, it was be freaky to yourself, and it was Mike explaining Back to the Future naked? This is a major pivot in my career for me to be going into explaining Back to the Future naked. I don't know if a lot of people are going to get it. I don't know if it's going to translate really well. I feel like anybody who might be seeing one of my videos for the first time in a while, which is at this point a lot of people that end up seeing my videos, is like, wow, hold on. They'd be like, he's changed. Something has gone awry in his life for this to be like there's a market for feet and clowns. Every day I wake up grateful that wire in my brain was not crossed that makes people into feet. Like, it could have happened. It could have been that was my life, that I'm a guy that's into poop. And every day I wake up and I check, I'm like, am I into poop today? Nope. Doesn't matter what else happens today. I'm having a good one. Because I'm not a guy who's into weird shit. I don't need someone to pee into my asshole. This is not something I need to be talking about at 4:05. This is one of my cats. This is Jinx. She's a baby. She's really soft. She's not usually great at being held. Right now she's digging it. Jinx, do you want to show your face? What? What do you want? I just... What, are you going to come back? What do you want? You guys probably can't see what's happening. Oh. What a strange... Mike Staley. No one on Instagram is going to have any idea what's going on right now, because all the cool kids are on Twitch. I don't think I can stream on Instagram concurrently with Twitch because this has gone just terribly. Oh my goodness! In case you're joining me for the first time, I hope you're joining me in this 60 seconds and not the 60 seconds that preceded this. I've lost 110 pounds, but I'm most proud of keeping the weight off. And together we're going to do the same thing. Oh, yeah, Sarah, she's very cute. I have another one who, if I were to hold her here, she would stay. My Twitch is at Mike Needs a Plan. If you want to follow me on Twitch, where all the cool kids are that have completely taken me off course, join me on Twitch, because clearly this is not about weight loss and mindset stuff anymore. This has gone completely differently. What do you want? I brought you up here and you left me. Do you want to come up or do you not want to come up? Oh, yeah. Dreadmancer, hi. Oh, hello, friend. I need weight loss advice. Okay, cool. Bring it up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some weight loss stuff. Let's talk about some... thank you, Mike, adding you there. Oh, cool. Great. You might have been the... And we've got Spooky Deborah in here, who sent me a wonderful message the other day about just some incredible progress that she's been making. And I could not be more proud. I love when people share those kinds of things with me. It's one of the reasons that I start these streams by asking everybody what they're proud of, because it empowers me. It makes me happy. It's like, oh, it's a little bit selfish, I'm using you guys for motivation. My Twitch is at Mike Needs a Plan. That's where all the cool kids are, and at a certain point here, probably within the month, I'm going to start exclusively streaming over there and on YouTube. So I'm bringing people over there right now. It's going to be a lot more fun there because there's more things I can do on Twitch that I can't do here. More things I can talk about that I can't talk about here. And it's going to be a lot better. You love slapping. Oh, Jinx likes getting, beat. There's no amount of hitting that you can do to her butt that she's not cool with. And what I'll do is I'll stop. I'll give her some smacks. I'll stop just to check, and then she'll turn around and start yelling at me to get more. And I'm like, all right, no, this is how you ask for it. I want to make sure you're asking for it. You know what I should do so I'm not jorking my head sideways? I should move my Streamlabs over here and then move Instagram over to that side, and now I can face forward when I talk to the homies. That's fantastic. Gone over to Twitch. Everyone's coming over to Twitch. Oh, this is so much better for my neck. I love this. We've gone from mental health to sexual health real quick. Well, actually, fun fact, I went from sexual health to mental health because I was originally viral on TikTok for getting a vasectomy. If that's something that if that's a rabbit hole you'd like to go down, just Google Mike Pridgeon vasectomy. And you'll find a New York Times article immediately. And then you'll find a whole bunch of right-wing news articles that are trying to tear me down for, young guys are virtue signaling and getting vasectomies, neutering themselves because they're fucking liberals. Which are my favorite articles. Can you play the guitar behind you? I've never seen a guitar in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. Not their nuts, not their problem. Well, they understand my body, my choice when it comes to their bodies, but they don't understand it when it comes to their wives and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. And the people that they vote for tend to agree with them. So I spent quite a bit of time talking about that back in the day. And it's, by the way, if anybody here is considering a vasectomy, for those of you who can, get one. It's the greatest thing I ever did. It's really cool. What platforms am I going to be most active on? So I'm going to be uploading my daily video to YouTube every day. So if you want to see my videos every day, I did not upload a video to my main Instagram today. That's going to become more common because there's no reason to post. No one's seeing it. So YouTube's going to have my shorts every day. TikTok has it. I'm still posting there because I've got a soft spot for it. And this is where I'm going to have my live streams on Twitch. So you can get all of these links everywhere that I am. You can find at my homepage, which is linktree/Mike Pridgeon. I will be active on 2014 Tumblr. Not 2024 Tumblr. I will be active on 2014 Tumblr. Before they took it down or something. I have no idea. Was it... Oh, no, it was not. I think it might have been Epoch Times. I know I was covered by Steven Crowder. He had my favorite article ever. So if you can find the Steven Crowder article with me in it, that is my favorite news coverage of my balls that was done. A vasectomy is reversible, yeah. So what's the big deal? It can be reversible. The success rates are not nearly as high as the success rates of getting the vasectomy itself. And not all doctors are willing to attempt it. So if kids are something that you're probably going to want in the future, first off, get yourself checked out, because why? But number two, maybe save some of your swimmers on the side, or don't get the vasectomy yet. It should be considered a permanent option. As someone who really hates kids, thank you for taking the responsibility to get a vasectomy rather than putting it on your partner. It's so much easier to unload a gun than it is to make a bulletproof vest. It is way, way easier. Incredibly easier. It's the only thing they didn't do for my balls was put them on a silk pillow and kiss them before injecting me with some happy fluids that made me feel nothing. And giving me a Valium, mind you, which made me care so little about anything that they could have taken my balls. And I would have been like, just go ahead. Just take it. Just take it. I'm good. Just take it. I don't need them. I've got 2. You can take 1. It could have just as easily been done at a mall kiosk. They should be doing vasectomies at Claire's. And if somebody with a uterus wants an equivalent procedure, 6 weeks minimum recovery. Minimum. If it goes all correctly, and this is a completely healthy person, and God knows whether or not they're even going to give you pain pills afterward to help you with the pain, or a sufficient supply of them. That's certainly not going to happen. Donating them both to science. Can we talk about hydration for a second? I live in Arizona where it's 110 degrees. I'm drinking way too freaking quickly. You're going to want some more electrolytes, of course. You want to make sure you get your salt in there, but there's also some other electrolytes. It's not just salt. Magnesium, potassium, and calcium are also vital electrolytes, so make sure you're getting a good balance of all of them, especially when you're outside all the time. That being said, there's another option. Don't go outside or move. I'm in Texas. I've chosen don't go outside. I don't do that anymore. Weight loss advice has changed. Oh, yes, it has. It's no longer...
Just stop eating bread and run 20 miles a day.
You're in Texas? Oh, yeah, I just moved here. I moved in April. I'm in Dallas, the DFW area, if that means anything to you. Let's see. I'm only 19. Personally, I'm not even committing to a relationship, let alone a procedure. I tried at 17 to get the procedure. I knew early I didn't want kids, but they said, oh, well, we don't normally give it, or we can't give it to people unless they're 18. And then I went back when I was 18, and that's when they say, yeah, we don't normally do this for younger people. What if you change your mind? What if you change your mind? Okay, well, what if I have a kid and I change my mind? What if I pop out a kid and I'm like, you know what, I don't like this? Because guess what? I've seen a whole hell of a lot of that. I know plenty of people who have had kids and regretted it. And it would be much better to regret not having kids. That's how it feels to be a woman. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, the fact that it took me 10 years to get my vasectomy, but the fact that it happened is incredible. It did take me 10 years, because at 28 I got it. I tried several times a year, every year, and I was always, you're too young. Okay, well, if you want me to have kids so bad, give me your wife's number and I'll give you one. I don't want it. I don't want the kid. But if you are so set on raising something with my face on it, give me your wife's number and leave town for a weekend. I'll make it happen. I don't want fucking kids. I don't want any kids. I'm cutting the Instagram stream. We're just on Twitch now. I've discarded the stream over there. I think we're still on TikTok. If you guys are watching on TikTok, I would love to invite you to join the Twitch page, because I'm unfortunately unable to see my TikTok comments. With the program that I'm using to stream here, I can't see them. I can only see my Twitch comments now. Yeah, right-wingers don't give a shit. Once the kid's born, they don't give a shit anymore. It's over. They become shooting targets. That's all they are. What if I just punch you? How about that? I don't see why. I don't know why we have to fight when we could kiss. I bet you're real handsome. We go bigger. I'm so lost in this conversation now. Let me catch up here. Now, if you're trying to train for a marathon, that might be hard to do in your apartment or house, but walking in place will get you the steps you're after. Yeah, I'm looking to get a walking pad and a standing desk. There's a solid chance that at some point when you and I are talking, Sarah, you're going to see me at a walking desk for the whole call. So, possibility here in the future. If you're fine with just hearing me breathing heavy. Nat says, I personally want kids, but I don't understand why people tell women what to do, whether it's having children or not having children, so out of pocket. You know why? You know why they want to tell women what to do? Because you are not a person in the eyes of the people that vote for people that want to make you not a person. At this point, there was a long period of time where women were property, and then you guys got bold. And he said, well, we want rights. We want to vote. We want to be able to take out credit cards in our own names. We want to be able to own homes. And men who had spent the majority of their, or the entirety of their lives at that point, only having a wife because they had no other option. It was either have kids for this guy or be homeless. Suddenly didn't have to do that anymore. And some people are looking for that, because the people who lived that way before, where they owned their wives, are still making laws right now. And they want that time back, even if they only get to see it for a couple of years before they die at 95 years old. They're trying everything they can to try to make that happen again, so they can at least die in a world where there won't be any females taking care of their cremation. This is what we get into when we cut the Instagram stream. Let's keep going. Imagine a woman making choices about her own body. The insanity. Do you know how fucking mad people got back in the day when I was talking about vasectomies? Men were finally having to face the idea that, like, oh, what if something that I don't like is going to happen to my body? Even though no one's telling anyone to get vasectomies. But it's interesting that they understand my body, my choice when it comes to their own balls getting snipped. It's crazy how quickly that changes. Keep going. I am dizzy backwards. Yeah, this is why I'm sorry. I think if you're retired age, you shouldn't be PM, Prime Minister, and the government making decisions that the next generation will have to deal with. Yeah, you should not be allowed to make laws that you yourself will not have to live under, which, I mean, kind of just disqualifies anyone, at least in the United States government, because they live under a completely different set of laws. Let's keep going. Yes, everybody, join the Discord. Would love to see you guys in the Discord. I've got a free Discord group. We can talk about anything we want to talk about there. There's nothing off limits. Of course, so long as you're kind to other people, which I seem to attract the right kind of people for that. So we've never had to ban anybody. The Discord link is going to be at the link in my bio. You go, there's a link. It says my homepage /contact. And you'll see it says join the free Discord group. I think I'm going to make that my main link on Instagram and just bomb my Instagram with, like, hey, join here. And because what else am I going to do with it? I'll go out in a blaze of glory. Oh, Anna sent it. Fantastic. Anna's there. Smitty's there. Smitty's one of my mods. He's been around with me for a while. Sarah's there. I think there should be an exception for people who are pro-life. Oh, if they're pro-life and they're not willing to talk about it, then they don't get to be around. Like, I'm fine with having conversations about these things. Yeah, Roosevelt was 42 when he was, well, he was not elected. He got, he was in, who was it that he was under when they got assassinated? And he was the vice president at the time. So he was the youngest president we've had, whereas Kennedy was elected at 45. So he was the youngest elected president. But yeah, I was saying something about something before. Oh yeah, I'm totally fine with people challenging my views. Like, I don't ever want anybody to just feel like they have to agree with me because my name is on the Discord or because you're here. Like, if you don't like something that I'm saying, tell me about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, that's how we grow. That's how we change. I appreciate when somebody calls me out or corrects me or says, like, hey, I what about this? Or I didn't like that. And they tell me why. And then we talk about it. I will have a conversation with somebody who's pro-life. It's usually not because they believe it. It's usually because that's what they've been told to believe. They just grew up in a place where that was the doctrine. That was your social decorum. That was your script. Was, well, as babies are... no one likes abortion. Nobody's like going out to get recreational abortions. Everyone I know that has gotten one, even whether or not they've wanted kids, which basically everybody I know has not really wanted kids, aside from a few of them. Even the ones that were very indignantly anti-motherhood were devastated having to do it. It was not a joyous occasion. It was not something that they wanted to do. And there was one for whom I went to the Planned Parenthood with them to get their checkup for it. And it was horrifying. Like, this is we were both in the same boat. This is not, I had no part in the pregnancy. But, you know, we're both anti-child, and we're just talking about, like, this should be a happy thing, right? Like, this should be something that's good. Because, hey, guess what? We don't have to have a kid or anything. And it very wasn't that. Sure, there's probably some hormones and stuff involved in that situation as well, but it's also just the reality of facing the fact that, like, this is something that has to happen right now. Abortion is my favorite hobby. Okay, well, aside from you guys, we're all going to get... You are the people that the Republicans are actually worried about. Is, you know, I'm over here just like, no one's getting recreational abortions. That's insane rhetoric. And everyone's here is like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? I just got 3 of them last week. The only thing that I hate about the fact that... The only thing I don't like about recreational abortions is that I can usually only get one every couple of months. Because it takes about that long to get a new baby in there. Smoking frequently. Drinking rarely. Abortions recreationally. Pants shit. My thing is, like, why do they care about a baby who has no understanding of the world over a fully sentient woman? Because a fetus has more value to them than a grown, living human woman. Because a fetus can't talk back. Kickflip, abortion, weed. I've chosen the right friends. All of you are the right friends. My goodness. Trying for quadruplets to get 4 abortions in a week. Does it count? Is it 4 if you have quadruplets, or is it, or twins or whatever, or is it 1? Is it considered 1? Because us women are actually sentient beings. Sorry, I thought that was common knowledge. And Amy Willow, you're not even from the States. I'm not sure where you're from, but or maybe you are from the States, and I'm just being judgmental about the way that you don't sound dumb like the people from the United States when you speak. But it's awful knowing that this is everywhere. It would be great if it was like, no, it's just here. No, it's fucking everywhere. Guinness World Records in abortions. Good Lord. That's probably one of those where they're like, we no longer record this record because it's considered to be dangerous to your bodily harm or whatever. Not something... UK, and we're not great, but my God, our politics are somehow still better than yours. Well, it's kind of hard to get lower than this. It's really bad. And then when you go state by state, because, you know, we're on the state level here where we've got different laws for different states. I'm in a state now, I moved from one state to another where I would not have felt comfortable moving here. And if I did not have my vasectomy, I wouldn't be comfortable living here. But they can't take that away from me. They can't take your vasectomy away from you. And if ever they tried, if there was a law that's like every man has to be fertile, I'd just chop my fucking balls off. I would take an axe and chop my balls off. I don't give a shit. I don't want them. Have you seen that whole case where a pregnant woman was pulled over for being in the HOV lane as an individual, but I thought the fetus was a person? Yeah, because it's not about that. It's not about saving a life or anything like that. It's just about controlling a woman's body. But luckily, there are no men responsible for making laws about women's bodies. That would be terrible. These are just some poorly intentioned women. Right? There's no men making laws about women's bodies. That would be insane. Oh, hold on. What's that? Oh, 75% of Congress and 80% of the Senate is men? Oh. We need to do something about that. That's not a good number. In fact, that explains everything. If you are not average parent age, 25 to 40, I don't think you should be allowed to make laws about kids. It's a take that I'm willing to debate on. It's not my hottest take. It's okay, Mike. They're old. They will die in a few years. Well, that's the thing. Old people are being constantly replaced with other old people. We keep losing politicians, but there's still other evil people. Still old. 25 is the average parent. No, the average 25 is not the average. I don't have no idea. I just think that people who are 90 should not be making laws about uteruses. I quite literally would rather die than have kids. Me too. Me fucking too. I am a deadbeat parent. Let's talk about this real quick. I'm a deadbeat parent. I am a deadbeat parent. But Mike, how is that possible? You don't have any kids. Exactly. I'm a deadbeat parent without a child. If I had a child, I would be a deadbeat parent. I would be self-absorbed. I would be negligent. I would be late. I would be lazy. I would still be mentally ill and still just sort of able to take care of myself. I would disappear at strange hours of the night. I would be blowing my money. I may not be statically employed all the time. I am a deadbeat parent without a kid. Why would you want me to have one? And how great would it be if the deadbeat parents out there caught themselves before having a kid and fucking them up? And to those of you who have deadbeat parents, I'm glad that you're here. And I'm glad that you overcame a lot of the stuff that you had to overcome to be here. 27.3 years old is the average age women give birth for the first time. I'm 30. That's fucking insane. I can't even imagine 27. I was in such a bad position at 27. But Mike, imagine giving your mental illness to your child as inheritance. That's the other thing, is I'm just like 23 recessive genes masquerading as a human being in a trench coat. I'm not passing that along. I'm not passing along that genetic charcuterie board to a child to have to dig through. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. Maybe one day when I figure my shit out, but not before then. Good on you. I couldn't do it. I don't see a situation where it's anything I want to do. Who's telling you to have kids? Oh, only everybody for a long time. Now they've stopped. It was great because my family was always like, "You'll change your mind," and I'm like, "You don't know what kind of calls I've been making for the last several years." And then when my vasectomy went viral, and that was a fun Thanksgiving, because everyone had heard about my balls. It was still like, anytime the topic of kids would come up, they'd be like, I would say that I didn't want one, and somebody would say, well, you don't know how happy you are. Oh, right. Right, yeah, you got out. Now, odd thing is, I did have some male members of my family, come up to me separately and be like, so how'd you get that vasectomy? Like, how was it? Did it hurt? Like, something that, like, you'd recommend to anybody? The people that have kids have been the people who have been most interested in hearing about the vasectomy thing. They're like, I want this to stop. I don't want this to be over. Double it and pass it along. Mike's kids to have to watch 6 Back to the Future films. The latter 3 are fan films by Mike himself. Who wants a fan film of Back to the Future by me, where I play all the parts? That might be fun. Oldest is 13, middle is 8, and youngest is 3. I haven't slept in 14 years. Yeah, it's always parents that are telling me, like, don't do it. And then it's always people without kids that are like, it's so selfish, why would you do it? Like, no, let's talk about, it's okay to admit that it's hard. It's like one of the hardest and most important jobs that you can ever do. This is not me shitting on parents. This also isn't me shitting on kids either. Kids are fine. I just don't want to deal with them when they're having a rough time. Like, I love hanging out with my little cousins. They're fun, they're energetic, they're insightful, they're honest. But if somebody gets hurt, somebody falls over, hits their head on something, immediately we're finding your parents. Let's go find Dad. Let's go find Mom. Nope, I'm not dealing with it. Absolutely not. I'm not equipped to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not going to handle it. I also won't hold a baby. I will not hold a baby that cannot support its own head. So and I'll carry a toddler. If they're ambulable on their own, I will carry them if necessary. I will not hold a baby. Not standing, not sitting. Oh, you're not going to hurt him? That's not what I said. I'm not holding a baby. I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility. Your parents had 8 kids? God damn. Did you guys not get internet in the UK until like a couple of years ago? Because like now we can just jerk off. It's great. Actually, it wasn't great for me for a while. I kind of had a addiction to it, but that's over. Different conversation. Now that we're here on Twitch, we may as well just let everything fly out. Leak to the press. What's being leaked to the press? Mike shits on kids, confirmed. Okay, well, if that makes people say I would be a bad parent, because for whatever reason I give good parent vibes, which I don't understand because I'm not a parent. I don't have those instincts. Well, you'd be a great dad. You'd be a great... No, I wouldn't. Because why? Because I don't want to be. I simply do not want to be. Wow, 2 hours we've been doing this. I'm going to have to leave in about 10, 15 minutes. I will not hold a baby in a chair. I will not hold a baby anywhere. Mike Seuss. Not in a house. Not with a mouse. Not with a fox. I will put them in a box. I will put them in a box. So if you give me a baby, I'm gonna leave them in a cardboard box somewhere. I'm getting a lot of comments here. Michael, those are my parents. You're the one who told me they had 8 kids. The implication is that they had to do something to have 8 kids. And you wouldn't have had to think about it if they had just had access to Pornhub.com in the 90s. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Mike not understanding he's parenting us by teaching us how to be kind and proud of ourselves. Well, that doesn't count. That's different. Because I can walk out. You guys are fine. No one's going to wonder where Dad went. Oh! Nat, I don't want to read this. Oh, hold on. Oh, no one else can see it. Debuting Nat's disgusting comment, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. Can I pin that? What happens if I pin something? What shows up on your screen when I pin something? I want my life to be about me. This is a really good thing that I would like to get to talk about here. I want my life to be about me, not about somebody else. And as soon as you become a parent, especially a mother, that's out the window. Yes, it is. If you are a parent, I believe every child should have the greatest opportunity at being cared for and loved and taught properly and guided and protected and everything. I can't provide that. 1, because I just don't have the capability. 2, I don't want to. Because I like living my own life. Oh, it's selfish for you to not have kids. Yes, I'm selfish for not having kids. I don't want kids. I want to sleep. I like the fact that I was able to take a chance on myself to start a business. And, not have any business acumen nor plan as to what was going to happen and just, feel it out. I couldn't have done that if I had to take care of a family. I'm very lucky I was in that position where if I sunk, I was the only one that sunk. You don't stop being a parent after your kids move out. You still put your kids first always. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Chad, is it selfish if you want to live your life for yourself and know that you can't give your child everything they would need to be healthy? I think it is selfish to have a child and say you're going to figure it out. I think it's selfish to be like, oh, I'll just pop one out and I guess it's time because my biological clock is ticking and I don't want to be the old person at the parent-teacher conference, so I may as well just make one and figure it all out. That's selfish. And to those that didn't choose it, that it just happened to, and stepped up to the plate anyway, like, you are the strongest among us. I couldn't have done it. I certainly couldn't have done it. So for those of you that didn't expect a baby and had one, or really worked your ass off to make it work, fantastic, good for you. But there's a lot of selfish people out there that were like, I'll just have a kid because I want to have something to take Instagram pictures of. I know people like that. We all know people like that. We all know people that had an Instagram baby, and once they stopped being cute, once the people that will take pictures of their babies where they're on the blanket, and it's like, here's a month number 1 and here's month number 3, and they add a new number to the blanket every month, and then like month 8 it stops, if they even get that far, because they're just fucking sick of looking at this thing. They don't want to take a picture of it, much less post it to Instagram. I call them Instagram babies. There are babies that were born to be taken photos of on Instagram. Sarah says, for all of those parents in the chat, though, for real, you're doing a hard-ass thing, and you should be proud of yourselves, especially because I know most, if not all, are doing the work to break a lot of generational traumas. Absolutely. And I know I couldn't do it. I know I definitely couldn't do it. So I didn't do it. I'm not built different. Not in the slightest. I'm not built strong. I'm not built Ford tough. But you don't get it. Cute baby pics get popular, then we become rich and give the child a great life. You know what ends up happening with Instagram babies? They get exploited. Pedophiles show up. And they save all the pictures. And there's grown men commenting on pictures of 3-year-old little girls and saying, like, wow, she's so pretty. And saving it. What are you saving those pictures for? What's the reason? What reason could you possibly have to interact with this kind of content? And furthermore, what reason could the parent possibly have for posting this kind of content? It shouldn't be a jailable offense. It should be an executable offense. If it wasn't for the fact that that would somehow make the kid's life harder. Why is it that AutoMod is blocking certain comments, but it's not blocking the bot URLs? If you're comfortable about it, can you give advice about self-pleasure? Because I might have a similar issue to what you might have mentioned. This is an odd topic to get into. It's not a topic I'm against getting into. It would just be one that I would like to turn off TikTok to talk about. Because I don't know, can I end it through here? I don't know how to end it. Because I think I might get banned from TikTok if I do it. Well, I just closed the window, so maybe that'll do it. There was a long period of time where my brain, it was, in between using binge eating for self-regulation, that I was looking for any source of dopamine. And no, it's not going to get terribly freaky. Quite honestly, it'll be the opposite. And if anyone's not too interested in hearing about this, but this can kind of go for anything. This can go for binge eating too. So it's really using anything to fill in the gaps that you're supposed to be getting from just fulfillment of life. And there was a period of time where I was just like scrolling through porn and not doing anything with it. I'm just like totally flaccid, 100%, like I'm not even slightly interested in what I'm seeing. I've got 100 tabs open with honestly really no intention of doing anything with it. I'm just like looking for the next thing. Oh, this video looks kind of interesting. I like the angle that this one's at. And it's like, one, dehumanizing, and two, there's also the part of me that's like, I was not able to watch I don't watch porn anymore because it's just like not interesting to me. But I couldn't watch anything where it looked like the woman was not into it. And there's when you start to look at porn, there's so much of it where you just look at a person's face and you're like, that person doesn't want to be there. And as a people pleaser and someone who wants people to be happy, just in general, like and just being a decent fucking human being, like, you want the person you're with to be happy. So, like, to see someone that's just kind of like there and, okay, great, their boobs are out. What does that do for them? Not a damn thing. So, like, there was that piece of it, too, where I'm like, I don't like that I'm looking at this, and it's also doing nothing for me. Oh, Carver, you missed a whole bunch. We're talking about just really dopamine drains in general. Yeah, porn is something I'm against because of the potential of abuse going on. There's no way to prove it was consensual. Now that there's the community ones where people are allowed to post their own things, and like, I think OnlyFans as a concept was a really great idea. It's unfortunate the way that it's gone, where it really has become commercialized in certain ways where it's hurting people. But it has given people livelihoods, and it's given them control over those livelihoods. So I think it's a really great thing that that's possible. I'm slowly allowing different terms that the automod is stopping, like intercourse. I'm going to have to leave here in about 5 minutes, but in those darker times where I was scrolling and not doing anything with it, I was low in my regular life. Like, it wasn't just the porn that was making me sad. It was life that was making me sad and me looking for a way to assuage it. You know, so, like, getting rid of that, getting rid of the binge eating. Why is it that we only last a week or so? Because the life that drove us to such an awful way to cope hasn't changed. The things that made you sad, that made you look for that dopamine boost have not changed. So, it's, I'll see you later, Jays. Glad you were here. Be kind to yourself now. None of that changes when you cut off binge eating. The binge eating obviously is a negative piece of your life, but it was a defense mechanism or something, a reward mechanism that was developed in a time of need. And it's not serving the need that you need to be served. Because a lot of you are sad in many other places. A lot of you are in relationships that are not completely satisfying or that are very restrictive and commandeering, like I was. A lot of you have friendships that are not good for you, where you feel alone in a room full of people. Some of you are in jobs that are terribly depressing, that you could leave. It would be difficult to go, but with some planning and some time and a little bit of courage, you could do it. Thanks for talking about that. I feel such a relief when I can be honest about adult stuff because I'm still young and figuring it all out. How young are you? Of the legal persuasion, correct? Hope I didn't just, like, break some laws here by talking about this. But, you know, either way, you know, I'm not suggesting anyone do anything. I'm suggesting that you don't look at porn online. So, I mean, that should be fine. But Twitch has an age restriction of 13. Can I raise that age restriction? Okay, you're 19. Fantastic. We can talk about dicks. Can I change it to 18? Would that be possible? Like, my Discord is 18 only. I apologize about it being off topic to not support, but when you were actively losing weight, did you shit constantly? They definitely changed consistency. It depended on how much I was eating. Like, when I was starving myself, there would be days where I wouldn't poop. Or there would be days where I was, like, super constipated. You know, it was really strange. And then there would be days where I was like, oh, I'm trying the liquid diet. So here I go shitting my brains out because I'm only drinking, like, liquid. It was never good. I'm glad that I'm at a point where I'm, like, once a day, maybe twice. If my body's feeling a little crazy, just, you know, a little buck wild when my digestive system wants to match my freak. I'll poop twice. That's what partying really is when you're 30 plus. Is sometimes you have 2 bowel movements in a single day, and you go, my God, you dirty little freak. I've never worn my Born to Shit Forced to Wipe shirt on a stream before. I think I'm going to start doing it. If I'm on Twitch, I can do that. You guys are all expecting it now. The only snacks I have now pretty much in the house are Fiber One bars. What happens if I end up binging on those? That'll be an interesting time in the bathroom. Honestly, they don't have that much fiber. I think they're like 6 grams of fiber each. I've killed a box of those and nothing's really happened to me. But I'm also, my body is acclimated to having more fiber. So it could fuck you up. I have no idea. Don't find out. They're not even that great. Like, they just are a reasonable facsimile for brownies. So honestly, it's not that worth it. Yes, we're getting TMI, Mike. There was another comment. What happens? I have a shirt that I bought in 2020 that says, "I'm the teacher Fox News 1 taught you about." That's so good. Yeah, we're going to teach all of the classes that Fox News is telling our grandparents that schools are teaching. Communist studies, gay lunch, hormone replacement 101. I only have them, actually not to replace normal snacks, but I have no idea how to get fiber in. Otherwise, I'm autistic. I cannot stand beans and lentils and such. I don't have them either. There are these, well, you're in the UK, so you might not have all the cool extra fiber stuff that they give, that they supplement Americans with next to our slop. I have these keto wraps. They're not really keto. If you were going for ketosis for whatever reason, I don't know, masochism, it would knock you out of ketosis. But they've got 12 grams of fiber each, so like that's an easy way to get a good bump in protein. Fiber. It's been 5 minutes. I think I need to, I need to go. I've got a thing at the top of the hour that I'm going to have to leave for, but I don't want to leave you guys. I want to keep talking to you guys. I want to keep hanging out. Maybe I'll do one later on. I don't know. It's always good to have these conversations. I like getting to talk about this, and I like getting like when I was telling people earlier, like the close people in my life, we talk about difficult and weird topics, and if we can't do that, I kind of don't like to have them around. They're great people, but it's like it's probably not going to work out. And here, all of you guys are like, let's talk about jerking off. And let's talk about being sad about it. Like these are my people. So if you're that kind of person, you want to talk about shitting all day and jerking off and losing weight and crying, join the Discord if you're not there already. There's a possibility that almost everybody here is from the Discord. So come on, join us. Come hang out with us. You need a lot of carbs. Yes, but... according to MyFitnessPal, I'm not getting enough carbs, and I don't understand. I eat a slice of bread and have carbs for dinner every day. Well, do you have are you looking for, like, are you trying to hit macros right now? Is that one of your things? Macros aren't nearly as important as most people would think. But, like, if it's something that you want to look into for certain, I did it for a while just to see what it was like. Let's see. Game night, yes. Well, I'm about to open up who would be in for a Minecraft server? A Discord Minecraft server. Sarah, we're going to have a conversation about that later. Outbursts like that aren't going to fly. Is that a good dad tone? Did that work? Not too firm. I don't want to be shouting. Once you shout, you lose the point that you're trying to make. But I want to be where you're not afraid of me as a parent, but more so nervous about disappointing me, where it's if you disappointed me, it would like crush your whole life. You'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just let like that's what I'm looking for. I don't want hard line discipline. I want you to feel good as you're growing. I'm trying to find your boundary. There's no boundary line. You're not going to find it. It's not going to happen. Well, the boundary line is like people treating me poorly. You know, like that's a different, which you're not going to do unless you want to start abusing me, in which case maybe we'll figure something else about me that I didn't know. Yes, okay, cool. We've got a lot of people who are down for the Minecraft server. It will be Java. Amy, I'm not going to tell you that I'm disappointed in you if you binge. I'm going to tell you that I'm proud of you for being kind to yourself. I'm proud of you for taking the opportunity to take care of yourself the way that I wish that I could take care of you right now. That you are the person that you needed all along. I am proud of you for that. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to take this journey in discouragement. I don't want you to take it in fear. I want you to take it in benefit of the person that you are going to become and that you are actively becoming every day. That's what I want. I don't want you to be, I have to do this because if I don't, things are going to fall apart. I want you to be, I can do this because things are going to be great when I do. And because I'm great for doing it. And that goes to all of you. I had to find a way to end this on a positive note after talking about shitting and jerking off. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share this time with all of you. I appreciate it more than you could ever know. There was a period in my life where nobody heard me. It's not about the amount of people. It's about the fact that I've found the right people. You guys are all the right people, and I hope that you are each other's people too, that it's not just you having a relationship here with me, it's you all having a relationship with each other. That's what I want. That's my goal. I want this community to extend from me. It's not a fan page. It's not, hey, everybody here has to love Mike. It's, I may have brought you here, I opened the door, but you guys make it a party. That's all it is. So, hope we can jerk off together. I tried to end it well. I tried to end it in a way that was going to be good. We were having a good moment. We were having a good, like, Full House, one of the sad episode moments. Where Danny Tanner has to get down on his knee and say something, like, meaningful. And there's no laugh track. And then Uncle Joey comes in at the end and says something right at the very end. He's like, God damn it, Uncle Joey! You had to make a goddamn joke. He came in with the Popeye, oh, blow me down. And then everyone's like, shut the fuck up, dude. We were having a moment. This kid's mom died, and she's having to struggle with the fact that she doesn't have a mom and the other kids at school do. And here you are like, I hope we can jerk off together after I had a real nice speech about how I want everybody to make progress in happiness and not in spite. I wish these fucking time machines worked so that I could go back in time and smack you in the back of the head before you completely negated all my work. I'm incredibly disappointed in you. I know you're better than this. I've seen you do better than this. And I know I raised you better than this. I want to see you succeed. Real men don't jerk off, they edge.